Hello and welcome back to Horoscope Forecasts 369, the home of your daily horoscope guidance. I'm Jenny, your friendly guide through the universe. No matter what your star sign is, we're here to make sense of what the stars have in store for you today. If you're new here, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you won't miss out on our daily forecasts. Now, let's dive in and see what the universe has for us today. Sunday, May 28, 2023. Today's Aries horoscope. Today's Sun-Saturn square can turn your attention to what's not working in your life, dear Aries. Ideally, it leads to straightening out problems and ironing out the details. The desire to reach out and share your story or connect with others can reach some blocks. Fears of being too vulnerable or of putting yourself out there can emerge. It's important to note that this transit magnifies problem areas, which helps you identify and work on resolving them. Remember that you may judge yourself or your performance too harshly with this transit, but taking notes or lessons now will serve you best. It may be better to think things through and wait things out. Today's Taurus horoscope. Today's energies are complicated for your practical affairs or comfort levels, dear Taurus. Keeping this in mind, you might toy with ideas but reserve judgment. You may need to address a problem related to a friendship, project, or money matter. There is some tendency to misjudge matters or for obstacles to seem larger than life today with a Sun-Saturn square in play. You can be particularly sensitive to rejection or to feeling excluded. If you're dealing with a humbling experience, aim to learn from it and move forward a little wiser. A good strategy may be to focus on your own commitments and responsibilities and do your best to meet them. Concentrating on what you can control can help minimize frustrations. For best results, you should avoid taking on more than you can handle. Believing in yourself based on a realistic assessment of your capabilities leads to more natural confidence. Today's Gemini horoscope. Personal projects and interests or studies can appeal, dear Gemini, but a Sun-Saturn square reminds you of the rules or limits of a situation. You can be sensitive to criticism or blockages today. A good strategy would be to work towards a long-term goal and remind yourself that patience will be rewarded rather than worrying too much about temporary obstacles. You may not get what you want right now, likely due to career or other responsibilities and limitations. Still, any slowdowns experienced today can help you focus on things that truly matter in the long term. Today is about reshuffling your priorities and finding better, more efficient ways to get things done. This transit reminds you of the need for more organization or self-discipline. Today's Cancer horoscope. Keeping things moderate helps you enjoy the day's opportunities, dear Cancer. Still, today's Sun-Saturn square magnifies the flaws of a project or situation, and it may be challenging to get through your routine. Instead, delays can play with your enthusiasm and motivation levels. As much as you prefer to lay low and get the rest you need, obligations will likely pull you out of your comfort zone. It can be tempting to avoid facing a problem area, but a good strategy is to aim to fight feelings of being overwhelmed by tackling something small first. Later, you can strive to do more in steps. Even if there are obstacles, you might discover ways to improve plans and projects while you wait. Today's Leo horoscope. Responsibilities and duties can loom large in your mind today, dear Leo. The problems you encounter now with the Sun square to Saturn can be reality checks, slowing you down just enough to make necessary refinements. It's crucial to avoid cutting corners since, with Saturn strong and challenging, this is a day for paying closer attention to rules and details. If you feel left out and misunderstood, or you're dealing with issues related to trust and possessiveness, try to be gentle with others and yourself instead of jumping too quickly to conclusions. A plan or dream may hit some snags, and it may only need improvement or an adjustment of your expectations to get back on track. Tense feelings about a relationship may emerge, and it's best not to jump to conclusions. Let things play out before passing judgment. Today's Virgo horoscope. A Sun-Saturn square today can point to a reality checkpoint, dear Virgo. It reminds you to think in simpler terms and get things right before moving forward. Something may stand in the way of your progress, but with a bit of effort and focus on your own goals, this is an excellent time to make essential tweaks that contribute to long-term success. It's possible you need to pare things down to move forward. Consider that any apparent slowdown occurring now requires patience. While obligations can feel burdensome in spots today, you also have opportunities to grow through your experiences. Take things one step at a time, and don't be afraid to go without just for the time being if it brings longer-term rewards. Anchoring activities may not be glamorous, but they can help keep you feeling secure and supported. Today's Libra horoscope. A Sun-Saturn square today can be a signal to get something right before pushing forward, dear Libra. You seek more freedom or freeform activities with the Sun in your spirit sector these days. Today, however, you could feel hesitant or blocked. It's possible you're drained, and work and daily responsibilities can seem more overwhelming than usual. Slowing down can help you reorient yourself and adjust your expectations for the better. There's no need to go against the tide for now. It's a time for correcting problems that may have accumulated due to shortcuts taken in the past. Seeing and fixing errors now means you'll be freer and more confident later. Disorganization may need to be addressed and handled. Today's Scorpio horoscope. With today's Sun-Saturn square, it's easier to see the flaws, perhaps too much so, dear Scorpio. Someone may be discouraging your more playful side, or you can feel censored in a relationship. If you catch yourself seeing the negative when you could be doing something more constructive, try to tame the urge. Streamlining and simplifying are essential strategies because doing so will reduce waste and save you time in the long term, even if it feels as if it's slow going currently. Temporary setbacks may discourage you now but could also lead to greater happiness later, so be as patient as possible. This aspect is about caring for your future self, even if it means sacrificing your comfort levels briefly. Today's Sagittarius horoscope. Don't allow insecurity to prevent you from opportunity today, dear Sagittarius, but do wait for a better day to pursue your desires more directly. Keep in mind that people may be a little tight or spare with their emotions, or they're withholding, but it's temporary. Today's Sun-Saturn square could pit your need for personal space against your desire for feedback or company. With this aspect in play, you could be second-guessing a partner, a plan, or yourself. Try not to read too much into slowdowns, as the flaws of a situation appear more prominent than the strengths temporarily. Aim to slow down, follow the rules, and discipline yourself, as patience has its rewards in the form of long-term benefits. Start small and work one step at a time. Saturn asks you to simplify and doesn't want you to rush. If you invest in a plan to strengthen and rebuild patiently and methodically, you'll save a lot of time and energy. Today's Capricorn horoscope. With today's Sun-Saturn square, motivation or energy levels may wane just a little, dear Capricorn. Timing may be off, or a delay can be part of the picture. However, seeing the flaws of a situation helps you identify what needs fixing before you move forward. Surely, you're more sensitive to limits and restrictions, and it's best to remind yourself that taking the time to perfect something will be rewarding and satisfying in the long run. A project may need a second look. Daily affairs, errands, or odd jobs and duties can serve to frustrate you if they get in the way of your ability to thrive in your work or if they drain you of energy. Simplifying is vital for best results. Adjusting expectations is essential. Try not to waste time feeling overwhelmed, instead, pick something small and work from there. Ideally, a reality check can help you get back on track. Today's Aquarius horoscope. Today's Sun-Saturn square can remind you of certain realities and practical factors related to recent projects and relationship developments, dear Aquarius. While the current Sun's transit brings more playful and expressive energy into your life in general, there are natural breaks to this flow, and today may be one of those times. Insecurity or responsibility might hold you back from expressing yourself openly and naturally. Today's Sun-Saturn square reminds you of certain realities and practical factors related to recent projects and relationship developments. Your attention turns to limitations, likely having to do with resources. Another possibility with this combination is a sense that others are not treating you for what you're worth. Taking a lesson from a humbling experience can be very worthwhile, saving you time and energy in the long run. Attention to practical matters now brings rewards later. The need to cut back on spending can make it self-evident now. Rather than nurture feelings of discouragement, consider going back to the drawing board and making adjustments. It's a time to follow the rules and put in extra effort to get things right. Today's Pisces horoscope. With today's Sun-Saturn square, dear Pisces, blocks can slow you down long enough to see potential problems or drawbacks that previously escaped your attention. With the Sun's current transit of your home and family sector, the need to get comfortable or to feel nurtured is strong. Today, the desire to do things independently can compete with this drive. For example, you may need to get nagging problems out of the way before enjoying some peace. If you feel cut off or unappreciated, aim to be more explicit about your needs, but save important conversations for a day when you feel fresh. This transit can serve as a valuable checkpoint, even if it presents as a frustrating one. It reminds you of rules, restrictions, and limitations, and it's time for adjusting a plan or initiative rather than pushing ahead. Thank you for joining me here on Horoscope Forecasts 369. Don't forget to share these horoscope predictions with friends and loved ones who might benefit from them, and remember to hit the like button if you found today's predictions useful. I'm Jenny, and I'll be back tomorrow with more. Until then, keep your eyes on the stars and your heart open to the universe. Goodbye for now.